Hey, fantasy football friends. So, Fantasy Girl messed up royally this week. And I mean, absolutely horrendous decision I made. And quite honestly, full disclosure, I'm having a hard time getting over it. Here's what happened. So, after Sunday's games, I was beating my opponent 105 to 104. And she had no players left. I had one, Patriots D. Now, the no-brainer would have been sit the D, win the game, right? Okay, that's the no-brainer. But you guys know how I've been going after that high score. So I had the high score in my reach. All I needed was the Patriots D to score 13 points, and I'd have the high score. Now, this is the #1 rated defense in the league, going up against Kansas City, which was not playing very well. Granted, Jamal Charles was coming back, but I figured a little rusty. But still, he's Jamal Charles. But I had to give it a shot. Go big or go home, right? Well, you guys know exactly what happened in that Monday night game, and I was devastated. Absolute nutcase. And in fact, you know what? What does a girl need when she's down? She needs her girlfriends. So I'm here in Vegas working, and I've got my girlfriends. This is Sarah, and this is Fong, and they've had to deal with me over this whole thing this week, and I've been a little bit crazy. But Sarah, what did you do to help me out?
I brought wine, lots and lots of wine.
That works every time, every time. And poor Fong actually had to deal with me on Monday night. Why don't you tell them a little bit about what the level of crazy was like?
Oh, emotions were everywhere. She was a complete train wreck.
It's true. It's true. I know you guys feel me out there, right? You know what it's like when you make a decision like that and it goes badly. So that's where it was at. But, you know, like always, that was last week. Let's move on to next week. So let's talk some fantasy football. All right, I lost the girls, but I still have you guys. So fantasy football this week. I know there's still buys going on, a lot of injuries still out there, so I know you guys are probably thinking, who do we plug in there? So at quarterback, who I like this week is actually Fitzpatrick from Houston. He's doing pretty decently. He's actually ranked 12th in the league right now, averaging 17.3 points a game. Not very widely owned, so if you need a quarterback this week, he's one you might want to look at. Running backs, I like Jeremy Hill of the Bengals. I like Bradshaw out of Indiana. And then the Forsett and Lorenzo Taylor-Farrow, both out of Baltimore. They both had a great week this week, and I expect that to continue. And then Isaiah Crowell out of Cleveland, the Browns. He's actually ranked 13th among running backs and only owned in about 5% of the league. And he's averaging 10.3 points a game, which is great for a running back in that RB2 or the flex position. As far as wide receivers this week, I'm looking at Devin Hester. He is just ramping up and doing really well. I like him a lot. He's averaging 8.3 points a game. And Mohamed Sanu. He's ranked 14th right now. Again, not very widely owned, and is averaging 10.3 points a game. So let's get to my Badass of the Week and the Doghouse. Badass of the Week, once again, goes to my boy, DeMarco Murray. He is just lighting it up there. He gave me 26 points this week, and he has just dominated. If you watch the game this week, it took a committee to bring him down. He looked like he was going to be stuck a lot of times at the 4 and 5 yard mark, and then he would just drag 6 guys with him. So take a look at DeMarco Murray and what he's doing this week. Obviously, he's owned by everyone, but if you get a chance to make a trade, I'd highly recommend it. So he's my Badass of the Week again, 2 weeks out of 4. And for the Doghouse this week, this was actually a pretty easy decision. Even though the Patriots D gave me -6 points, and they should be in the Doghouse, there's only one person that deserved the Doghouse this week, and that's me, because I made a dumbass decision. But had to go for the win. So I am in the Doghouse this week. I hope it's the last time I have to put myself there, because it's quite embarrassing, quite honestly. So anyway, that's all for this week. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to have lots of great little bonus videos here this week from Las Vegas. So make sure you subscribe. Say that 3 times fast. It's hard. Subscribe, and then until next week, I hope that your players stay healthy. I hope they don't get suspended, and I hope they score you lots of points. See you next week.